Alright, into the weekly pack, and we're going to take a look at my blind weekly run. I feel like there's a little bit of a lack of blind weeklies on YouTube at the moment because of various creators either taking breaks or not playing SAP. But I thought it would be nice to break up the sequence of customs videos with something a little different, and at least a little different for this channel. So it's not possible to tell if a run is blind when you watch a replay, unfortunately. So you'll just have to take my word for it. But yeah, I don't normally play the weekly blind, even if it is a regular weekly and I do want to record something in it, it's usually because I already know what's in the pack. So in this instance, I think the only thing I knew in advance from a thumbnail was that there was strawberry pets in this. And also Pink Robin is on tier 1, which is exciting to see. I didn't think it needed to be moved down to tier 1, but while it's there, we're definitely going to use it. In fact, I was recording something else with it earlier today. And we get the dung beetle here, so I'm going to go for that with the hummingbird. Although hummingbird isn't necessarily a corncob pet, it does feed the unit behind, so it will work. And I think here we should be okay. It does look like the falcon's going to do something at the end, but the tapir has one trigger left and gains some extra health. So we'll get the farmer pig so we can get rid of the hummingbird. And actually, the quail chick has been changed as well. That was a 1-1 in previous versions, but I think it's now a 2-4, which is a massive buff. Definitely one of the weaker units, I would say, as we lose by 1 HP to this Sparrow team. But the fact that you get double stats from Quail Chick in battle can be pretty nice. I guess the issue is that when you cash out and transform it in the shop, then you're suddenly getting less value for money. This is actually a really fun team on the opposing side where they're using the Pink Robin to activate the question marks guy, and therefore triggering the healing ability. So that was a pretty nice team to see. Maybe I'll have to rip that off at some stage. And then we get Pill as well. I think freezing Pill in a blind weekly is generally pretty good. I mean, Pill is just good in general, but you might as well freeze it in case you end up seeing something worthwhile. And I think the reason I froze it here is because I'd already seen Stork. So there is a chance that we, could have had a higher level Stork and then pilled it, which would give us access to units outside the pack. But in the end here, I end up selling the Pink Robin, which is something else that could have potentially been pilled depending on which other units were found. Nice to see lots of people taking advantage of the food abilities in a pack like this. A lot of these pets or combos are pretty rarely seen, I would say, in customs, even though a lot of this stuff is free to play. Maybe that will change now that some of them have been buffed. So, okay, now's the time to cash out on the Quail Chick. And then we'll take the Gelada because level 2 Farmer Pig is going to activate the Gelada. And that means we should get an extra feed on the Dung Beetle. So, yeah, that's going to be a win. And I think, yeah, Phoenix at the front makes a lot of sense when we have the snapping, not the snapping turtle, the painted terrapin. Fairly weak looking team here, I would say, for turn 10. It is still kind of difficult to tell what's going on with the new difficulty system. I played this maybe 2 or 3 days after the weekly had started, and generally by then you would expect most teams to be fairly strong in the later turns, as everyone's already figured out what the best thing to do is. But in this case, there were a fair few teams that looked pretty suspect. This team gets double guinea fowl from the Rollaway Monkey, but it doesn't seem to matter. So 9 wins already. When you saw the length of this video, I guess you can work out that it's either going to be a very quick win or an absolutely disastrous loss. I like this team though here. This is quite funny where they've got the Gelada being activated by the marine iguana. And I think we're going to struggle to get past this team. Yeah, so maybe the difficulty curve is turned. And yeah, we do lose. So what else could we do to upgrade this team? I guess I could be feeding the dung beetle here, but I think, dung beetle always targets the lowest health enemy, so generally you don't need to feed it that many times, and it's already going to get 4 feeds in this battle automatically. Actually, is it 5? Yeah, I guess it will be 5. And a mole team in the next battle. Yeah, we kind of messed them up, I think, with the Phoenix. And in the end, it's a pretty comfortable win with 3 hearts to spare. Maybe the next time I try this, I'll wait till much later in the week.